Hey guys, welcome back for today's unboxing video. During the unboxing of the 20 boxes, I had gotten a couple of more shipments in. These are gonna be more classic type comics. A couple of loose issues like raw comics, but these two are gonna be graded comics. So at least that's what I'm expecting, figuring from the size of the package. So I'm going to be shifting those to the side and make a separate video about that, cracking them open and checking the actual quality of the comics inside the graded shell. As for these comics, they are 4 separate boxes. I'm going to be unboxing all 4 of them in this video, so that should be a pretty good video, I think. And yeah, I guess I'm just going to start off with this one. It seems like I can open that one without using a knife. Let's see if that is actually the case. It is. So what these are classic Thor comics. Issues 141, 142, 158, and 168. Now the quality of these comics is not that great, but there are some key issues in there which are actually quite valuable. So sometimes you either have to pay like a shitload of money for it or just settle for a lower grade. As you can see, this one on this side of the comic, it looks pretty good, but you can see some hefty crinkles right there, and the staple might actually be loose right there. This one looks pretty good, I gotta say, like a couple of spine ticks on the side, nothing really bad, especially for a comic as old as this. It looks a little bit dirty, so I could probably use a little cleaning. This one's got a major subscription fold on the inside, and maybe some water damage as well, and a little bit of crinkliness and color breaking spine ticks on the side. So we're gonna open it up. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's some kind of liquid damage in there, but at least I got it, and I can always see if I want to upgrade it later on. This one, I'm probably gonna be fine with it actually. It's not that bad, even though the cover is pretty bad, but I don't think I'll be bothering with upgrading this. Like Mighty Thor is a series which I do collect actually, especially the first volume. But it's not that high on my priority list, so I don't think I'll be upgrading this one in a long while. And then this one, 168. Let's take a look at what that one looks like. Yeah, it's like probably like the original guy who bought this folded it up like in 4 pieces and put it in his back pocket or something to bring it along. I have no idea, but it's got some heavy folds on it, but the staples are actually still attached to it as far as I can see. It looks like it. So yeah, like even for the inside of the comic, oh, there's a tear right here. But apart from that, it looks pretty good on the inside actually. It does have a big fold, but that could be pressable. But the cover is always the worst. Like you got some big ass folds on the cover. That's hardly ever pressable. Maybe if you're lucky, but hardly ever. And I think that this one is got some part of the origin story of Galactus in it. I'm not familiar with the story at all, so I don't know for certain, but I think that's the case. So yeah, these ones, enough about these. I got them anyway, so that's pretty cool. Like so. So that's the first box, and what else have we got? So let's see. Okay, so this one I can actually open up right here as well. Okay, let's just do that. Take the comics out. And these are issues 85, 86, 87, and 88 of the Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four first volume is a series I do collect, and that's quite high up on my priority list, higher than Mighty Thor. So I'm kind of more critical when I buy older comics. I prefer to have them in a good shape. And these look pretty good, I gotta say. Like some discoloration here and there. This one does have like a pretty big spine tick on the side, but comics this old, what can you expect? And that might actually be the one which is in the worst state. Let me take a quick look at that. This one, see some crinkliness on, no wait, that's actually on the bag. So some discoloration here on the white, of course. This one looks pretty good as well. Some spine tickiness on the side. There's a little bit of damage here on the top. Not sure if that camera will be able to catch that. And issue number 88, discolored, should probably be white. But yeah, looks pretty good. So very happy with this. 4 consecutive issues. And as for the next one, let me just, yeah, these are not in the usual mailer, so I got to be kind of careful with pushing a knife into this. Let me see. Yeah, from what it feels like, I think the seller put some cardboard on the inside, so I guess I'll just push a knife here on the side and see if I can get through all the packaging without damaging the comic. Maybe I should just try this all the way around. Yeah, it doesn't seem to work, so I'm not sure how to approach this really. I'm not familiar with his seller, so I don't know what it's gonna look like on the inside. Will I be able to pull it out now? Oh wait, okay, so be able to pull this out, I think. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so it is actually tucked between 2 cardboard plates and then packed into newspaper stuff. So since this one is from the same seller, I'll probably be approaching that one the same way. And I can just tear this up. And then we have 3 comics in here, which are also Fantastic Four comics. Issues number 75, 76, and 80. And I already had in a previous shipment, I had 81, 82, 83, and 84. And then we got 85, 86, 87, and 88 right there. So that's, oh, I almost got the 80s done. Yeah, okay, so these are in a worse shape than the previous one. This one got some crustiness on the side right here. The rest on this side looks pretty good. This one got a pretty bad spine Hopefully the staples are still attached. And this one looks the worst out of them all. Some real damage right there. But still, I got them. So yes, issues number 75, 76, and issue number 80. Pretty cool. And then for this one, let's see. Oh yeah, and even though those later Fantastic Four issues from the previous box are in a worse state than the Fantastic Fours before that, they are not as bad as the Mighty Thor ones are. So, there's that. These ones are Incredible Hulk 102 and Tales to Astonish issue number 100. And in a previous shipment, I already had issue number 99 and 101. So this is gonna complete that little run right there. And then the title switches into the Incredible Hulk. So I got 1 or 2 of the Incredible Hulk here as well. Now this one is a pretty big key. Like getting it in a really good state is going to be pretty expensive. I don't think I would ever spend that much money on the first issue of Incredible Hulk, or sort of this first issue of Incredible Hulk. So I figured I might as well just grab this one. It was cheaper, of course. Still pretty expensive, but it was cheaper than it would be if it had been in a better state. But yeah, I do have them now, so that's pretty cool. This issue looks pretty good on the right side. Some scrunchiness right here and some pretty big damage right here. Not so much on the bottom. It is a very rusty staple though, but this damage is pretty big. And this one got some damage on the spine as well. Some folds right here. Discoloration, of course, and some pretty big damage on the corner right here. So yeah, I'm figuring to, since these are the last ones for this video, to just open this one up. Oh yeah, the cover is split pretty badly. Like, take a look at that. That's pretty big damage. We got some Enchantress and the Executioner in there. The Warriors 3. So it seems more like a Thor comic than a Hulk comic, even though we do have the Hulk in there right now. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the story, but it looks pretty cool actually. There's quite a lot of action in there, so that's pretty cool. Too bad about the cover being split. Like the damage, I would be fine with that, but the cover being split, that's kind of sad actually. Even though, like, if it had not been split, I would not have been able to have purchased this for the amount of money I paid for it right now. So yeah, that's pretty bad. Like, that's a pretty big split, and the back cover is still hanging on for dear life to the staple. So yeah. It's still attached, but barely. So yeah, there's that for Incredible Hulk 102. As for the Tales to Astonish, this one, does it have a split spine or no? Well, semi-split. There's pretty big damage right here. There's actually a gaping hole in the cover right there, but it is still attached. Also barely. Fucked up old comics. The year was, what was it? 1968. So yeah, it's like 6 years after Marvel started to publish their own superheroes. There was a battle going on between Namor and the Hulk. So yeah, of course, it's a little bit too bad about both the covers of both these issues being fucked up, but it is what it is. At least I got them, and they are going to be nice, taking up nice spots in my collection. This one, I might, if I run into a better version, I might buy that one. Won't be that expensive, I don't think. But this one, I don't think I'll ever be upgrading this one. But never say never. So yeah, we got two issues featuring the Incredible Hulk. We got a couple of issues featuring the Fantastic Four. And 4 issues featuring the Mighty Thor. I think they're all pretty cool comics, regardless of the state they are in. Very classic. Let me just spread them out a little bit. And yeah, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. And let me see. Wait, so 85, 86, 87. So yeah, by far the best set was this one, then that one. I'm not sure which one I should regard as the better ones between those. But that's it. Thank you guys for joining, and yeah, I got 2 more unboxings going on, which are going to be cracking open graded comics. So be sure to be on the lookout for that. Thanks for joining me in this, and later.